Hello, my name is Faith Maloney and I'm one of the co-founders here at Best Friends. Welcome to our March blessing. This is our call to gathering. To be joyful in this universe can be a brave and reckless act. The courage for joy springs not from the certainty of human experience, but from surprise. Our astonishment at being loved, our bold willingness to love in return. These wonders promise the possibility of joyfulness, no matter how often and how harshly love seems to be lost. Therefore, despite the world's sorrow, we give thanks for our loves, for our joys, and for the continued courage to be surprised.
Hello, my name is Josh. I am one of the Angels Rest caretakers here at Best Friends. And at this point in the program, we will talk about some of the little guys we had lost along the way here at Best Friends for this month. In dogs, we lost Loretta, Lady T, Marianne, Toru, Savvy, Sunray, Stanton, Mari, Little Noe, and Benja. In cats, we had lost Dash, Trio, Rupert, aka Keegan, Martino, Enzo, Angus, Rumba, aka Christmas, and Emerson. And in wild friends, we had lost Tungsten the pigeon. In members and staff, Wendy lost her Simon. Max and Rainey lost their Cora. The Cox family lost their cockatiel Pippin. Jolena lost her bear. We received tribute cards for the following pets: Kia, Victor, Kitty, Molly, Jake, and Bonnie, Cheyenne, Rudy, Boo, Buffett, Tretch and LP, Miha, Precious Kit, Luke, Daisy, and Belle, Tiger, Tammy, Cassie, and Fig, Phoebe, Sugar, and Keika, and Sunshine.
My name is Jess and I'm a caregiver in Dogtown, and I'd like to talk about a few of the dogs that we're going to honor this month. The first dog I'd like to talk about is Lady T. Lady T came to us from Florida, where she was in a shelter after being seized from a hoarding case. We had some Best Friends staff members embedded in that shelter, and so Lady T and 3 other dogs came to join the sanctuary this past fall. She was quite shut down when she arrived and didn't really know how to be a dog, if you will. So we started building trust with Lady T quite slowly because we couldn't leash her up and take her out for walks like we could with other dogs. One of the main things we did with her was hand feed her meals in order to build trust and in order to show her that humans could bring her good things. So some of my fond memories of her involve hand feeding her almost every meal on the days where I worked in Dogtown. Another fun thing that she grew to really enjoy was when I would block all the other dogs in our octagon outside and allow her to come out and explore the octagon center while I cleaned. At first, this really frightened her and she wasn't really sure that she wanted to come out and explore, but because she was pretty food motivated, I could use treats to lure her out, and eventually she just started coming out on her own and exploring while I cleaned and pretty much ignored her, but gave her the chance to come out and explore and boost her confidence that way. So that was another fun thing that we did together. At the sanctuary, Lady T really struggled to find her way. And one of the best things that could have happened to her was that she was able to go into a foster home with 2 staff members. When that happened, her caregivers rejoiced, and we were so thrilled that she would have the opportunity to do that. And in the foster home, she really started to show her true self, and her personality really came out. She started bonding with the woman in the home almost immediately, and she slowly started to bond with the man as well, her foster dad. And she also learned by watching the other dogs how to be a dog, if you will. She learned to leash up and go for walks and go for car rides and have companionship with other dogs and with humans. And we are all super thankful that she was given the opportunity to do that, because unfortunately she did pass away. So this month we want to honor Lady T and the special place she'll always have in our heart. Another special Dogtown resident that passed away this month was Loretta. Loretta was a senior girl who came to us many years ago from our Best Friends LA facility. And Loretta was definitely one of a kind. She had certain parameters in how to build her friendship, and it took a little bit of relationship building to gain her trust. But once you did, it was a really special thing to have. Loretta preferred less handling, and she preferred to have petting on her terms, which we all respected, and we worked very hard to gain her trust. Aside from her daily walks, which she absolutely loved, she loved dragging out the end of the walk so she didn't have to get back too quickly. Aside from that, she also loved food, and I'm sure several of her caregivers could now laugh about the strange scavenger hunts she went on in the backs of our cars in order to find something that she treasured, which was probably an old scrap of food. Those were some of her favorite things. She definitely had her people, which she truly loved. She preferred to be the only dog and the queen of her living space. She also had some skin problems, so she had twice weekly baths, and she was a super cooperative girl for these, which were pretty lengthy, and she needed to let the shampoo settle on her skin for a certain amount of time, but she was always cooperative with us and let us lift her into the tub, and I think deep down she knew we were trying to help her stay healthy and keep her skin comfortable. So Loretta was a senior, like I mentioned, and unfortunately she had some health complications and passed away earlier this month. So we'd like to honor Loretta, and we'll keep her in our thoughts, and we'll never forget her. The third dog I'd like to honor this month is a dog who was a Dogtown resident for over 5 years, named Stitch. And luckily for us and for Stitch, he was adopted last May, but he was such a huge part of Dogtown that I'd just like to talk about him briefly. Stitch came to us from Northern California with a severe heart condition, which he received surgery for. And we always knew that his heart was not as healthy as it could be, but we had done everything we could to make him healthy. And Stitch, despite his heart condition and literally many other medical issues such as eye problems, arthritis, tummy troubles, despite all those things, Stitch loved his life so much that if you were having a bad day, you would just smile seeing him. Picture a little gray gargoyle, or as other caregivers have called him, a velvet hippo. And you can see why you would smile right away. This guy always had a smile on his face. It was a pleasure to be his caregiver for almost the entire time he lived here in Dogtown. And we were thrilled when he was adopted. Some of the things he loved to do here were just be with people, go out for walks, even though he preferred to lounge in the sun instead of walk. He loved car rides, he loved golf cart rides, he loved exploring the dog park, and he loved hanging out with one of his best dog friends. But most of all, he just loved to be with people. And he was the best 60-pound lap dog. He was short and stout, but boy, was he muscular, and he would just plop right on your lap like he weighed 10 pounds instead. So many of my memories of him are with him just right in my lap, hanging out. And his love of people is one of the main reasons we were so thrilled for him to get adopted and have people of his own. So last May, he met a couple, and I introduced him to them, and he loved them almost right away. And it was bittersweet because when I said goodbye to him, he was just like, "See you later, I'm off with my people now." But it was the best thing for him. And he got to make new human friends and live a relaxed and cozy life in a home. He also befriended a cat, much to all of our surprise. And unfortunately, we always wish they had longer here with us and when they're adopted into homes. But after about 9 months, one night Stitch just curled up and passed away curled up between his parents. And we knew that that was always a risk for him with his heart condition. No matter what kind of care he was getting, that one day his heart just wouldn't be able to keep up with him anymore. But we are so grateful he had a home and he was surrounded by 2 people who loved him when he passed. And he is definitely a special dog that will stay in a lot of people's hearts. Also this month, we lost several puppies because despite state-of-the-art medical care, puppies can be so fragile. So we'll just take a minute to honor all the puppies that passed away this month. Thank you so much.
We have a few stories to share now from Best Friends members. Jennifer lost her Lilu. Lilu was 7 years old. She was the light of my life. When I adopted her, it was love at first sight for both of us. She brought love and joy to my family, and most of all, to me. Lilu will be missed and loved forever. Megan and Carl had lost their Vala. Vala brought so much joy and laughter to my life, even if I never got to eat a meal in peace. She was a great watchdog, an epic foodie, and as stubborn as they come. Vala loved sunbathing and did an excellent job of teaching her cat sister how to be naughty. She never knew she was small, nor did I ever think she completely identified as a dog. Vala gave the best kisses and snuggles, hands down. She enjoyed so many adventures. She climbed multiple mountains, journeyed around a couple of states, pooped in inappropriate places, and made lots of friends. She hated wearing outfits, but she loved Carl carrying her around in her baby Bjorn, mostly because it got her so much attention. Vala was known by many names, and she responded to all of them. Carl's favorite was Stinky Puppy, which always made Vala's tail wag. Vala was always ready to go out and explore. All you had to say was big adventures, and Vala would excitedly run to the door. I miss my little Vala Bean so much, but I know she's over the Rainbow Bridge, playing the hippo game with Howard, all while reminding everyone that she's the queen. I'll see you again one day, baby girl. Until then, I'll hold you in my heart forever.
Hello, I'm Byron, one of the caretakers here at Angel's Rest, and I'd like to share a poem with you by Robert Frost. It's called A Prayer in Spring. Oh, give us pleasure in the flowers today, and give us not to think so far away. As the uncertain harvest, keep us here, all simply in the springing of the year. Oh, give us pleasure in the orchard white, like nothing else by day, like ghosts by night. And make us happy in the happy bees, the swarm dilating around the perfect trees. And make us happy in the darting bird, that suddenly above the bees is heard. The meteor that thrusts with a needle bill, and off a blossom in midair stands still. For this is love, and nothing else is love, the which it is reserved for God above, to sanctify to what far ends He will, but which it only needs that we fulfill.
Benediction. Something beautiful remains. The tide recedes, but leaves behind bright seashells on the sand. The sun goes down, but gentle warmth still lingers on the land. The music stops, and yet it echoes on in sweet refrains. For every joy that passes, something beautiful remains.